All right, folks. Welcome to our international broadcast below the belt. Let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear where you are. Good to see you, Robin Morgan, Beatrice Selby, Gwen Anderson, Candidly in the Chief, Terrence Lewis. Great to see you as well. Edward Gonzalez from the Bronx, of course. Good to see Edward. Great to see Edward. Dear colleague, brought us some papers this morning. We got here the daily news out of New York. It says big here, Trump big fail. Trump's big fail. That's the daily news. And then we have the Financial Times as well. Financial Times. We have the Financial Times out of New York also. And we're going to sink into some of this reading during the course of lunch, after lunch. But good to see you folks who joining us from up north. Great to see you, Candidate and Digit, and Siobhan McDonald is here as well. Cheryl Baskin Greenwich is here. Robin Morgan. Good to have you folks. I see Gwen Anderson, technician Gwen Anderson says loud and clear. Thank you. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you so much. I'm Clemens is hearing in and out. All right, let me take the volume a little down. I might be responsible for any in and out. Any in and out. Take it down a little bit. Good to have you here, folks. A couple of things we're going to discuss with you. And then, folks, the mic is yours. You can start sending those WhatsApp messages. Don't let us hold you back. Don't want to be the one to hold you back by any means. So you folks can start sending those WhatsApp messages, folks. Send for those WhatsApp messages, please and thank you. It's open mic. Let us know what's worrying you out there. Let's know what's bothering y'all. Monica Light, good to see you. Rose North, good to see you as well. And Wayne Liddell, good to have you. Nicola Daniels, too. Good to see each and every one of you here with us, guys. Share the live, smash that emoji button. Well, the music playing, it's a little disgusting now. Good to see you, folks. Great to see you, folks, as a matter of fact. All right, so the music playing a little disgusting now. But good to have you with us, folks, and we're making sure that we're in a position to receive those voice messages from you folks. 627-6963. Lots have happened this week. You can have your say. You can have your say, good folks. In your own way, have your say. In your own way, good folks, have your say. Great to see each and every one of you joining us today. Debbie Hohenkirk is here, folks. Cecile Ogle is here as well. Julian Armstrong, Hazel King. Great to see each and every one of you special people today. Peeps, where y'all at? Peeps, where y'all be? Good to have you. Dart David and again, Julian Armstrong. Great to have you folks with us. Great to have you folks with us. Valetta Klein, good to have you, Valetta. Yep, yep. So with that, Dolly Anderson Linton, see you. We see you there. We see you there, good folks. We see you there. I see some of the voice notes starting to come in, guys. I see some starting to come in. Some starting to come in, folks. I see some starting to come in, but good to have you folks send those contributions into us. We'll be starting to play them. We're bothering you all out there. Please do tell us today. Do tell us today, folks. The mic is all yours, folks. You don't gotta wait. The mic is all yours. Yep. Good to have you, beautiful folks, join us. Let me see if we can pull back up our background music. Still pretty Justin. Still pretty Justin. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Gotta go without that. Gotta go to folks. 627-6963. That's the number you want to call. That is the number you want to call. We are ready for you guys. Let us know what's on your mind, and in between that, we're gonna share some stuff with you. You know, there's a protest today, quote unquote protest, a demonstration in front of the office of the president. The folks are not satisfied with this ganja bill moving um, the limit on that which is required for custodial sentence, quote unquote, from 15 to 30 grams. Well, our Rastafarian brothers and sisters says they say no. Nope, not at all. Not at all. That's what our brothers and sisters are telling us, guys. Not a bit of it. But good to have you, fantastic folks, with us. We want those voice notes, folks. Send those voice notes. I think we have one. Let me see if I have one here, folks. Let me see if I have one here. Let me see if I have one here.
Good afternoon, Sharad. Could you give a report on the status of that Jumbie boat? Is that another misadventure and the lost $20 million in the pockets of the PPP?
That's a good question. That's a good. It sounds more like the latter. It sounds more like the latter. Misadventure, misadventure, and all the rest of it. Misadventure and all the rest of it, folks. Correct. That's what it is. Misadventure. But thanks for that question, William. Thanks for the question. The number of folks you want to send your message to, your voice mails, 627-6963. Yep. 627-6963. We want to hear from you, good folks. We want to hear from you. All right. I think we have another one here.
Good morning to you, Sharon. Good morning, Dorita. And good morning to your listeners. I am sending this contribution from the US, so it's still morning for us. I know it's afternoon for you guys. My contribution is one, Mia Motley need to detach herself from the PPP because they are wicked, stink, and dirty. And she need not to find herself in their company because she seems to be a woman of dignity, a woman of progression, a woman of success. You know, I admire her, even what she was doing within the election. I admire her way of doing things, of running a country. Even this morning, I think she would make a statement saying that she could always walk around with a happy face. Our government ministers are walking around with a sad face. That's one. Two, um, I heard about the Ruxin Ben is looking to make a crime prevention, whatever you call it. Um, sometimes when you on mic, you fumble for words, but I hope I get my point over. Yes, Ruxenben is trying to make a crime prevention bill or whatever the case may be, a plan for crime. The easiest crime bill to put out there is just make the people have a living wage. Once there's money circulating, a lot of robbery would not happen.
Correct is right. I think I want to hear your turn that. Apologies there.
Fumble for words, but I hope I get my point over. Yes, Ruxenben is trying to make a crime prevention bill or whatever the case may be, a plan for crime. The easiest crime bill to put out there. Once there's money circulating, a lot of robbery would not happen. Trust me on this. It's money, it's people back against the wall causing people to do things that they're doing. I'm not saying that they're not gonna have, because they have people that have criminal mind. And just like there's good, there's evil out there. But if more people could able to sustain their families, they wouldn't get into all of these going against the law, doing things that is not accordance with the law of the land. That's my little bit.
Thanks for that little bit. Thanks for that little bit. That little bit is much at our end. Thanks for that little bit, my brother. Thanks for coming through. Mm-hmm. Here we go with another contribution, folks. All right. I don't think we have anything on this one. I don't. 627-6963 is the number, folks. 627-6963. Rock and come in with those voice notes. What's bothering you today out there? The mic is yours, folks.
Good morning, Sherrod. Congratulations to Fitzroy Jordan for stand up towards the minister.
Vince Roy, hope you heard that. Brother says, congratulations for standing up against the minister. Congratulations. Yep, yep, yep. 627, good folks, 6963. 627-6963. That's the number you're going to want to call. 627, you're going to want to send that contribution to, send a voice note to, folks. 627-6963. That is the number we want you folks to send that voice note to, and we play right here. Send it through, folks. Send it through. Send through the voice notes, folks. Send through the voice notes. We'll be happy to hear from you. Happy to hear from you. Folks, we took a walk today by Border Market, inquiring into some prices, and we can talk to you a little bit about that. How the meat sales going? It's quite interesting, folks. It is quite interesting what the folks there told us. Valid, credible information. We take a walk by the market. People feeling the pinch. People feeling the pinch. Yep. People feel the pinch in this country, guys. Send us those voice notes, 627-6963. 627-6963. That's the number we want to send those voice notes to. We can talk to you a little bit more in a bit about what we heard in the market, guys. The prices, the prices, the prices. Things tight, folks. Things tight. Can't see it any other way. And then again, we also were at that protest you had in front of the office of the president. There's a protest on there by the Rastafarian community voicing their concerns over this new legislation which seeks to decriminalize, well, can't put it even in that way, that removes the custodial sentence from small amounts of marijuana. They've upped it from 15 grams, that's permissible. From 15 grams, they tell us now to 30. And if you're found with cannabis on your person, then you get community service and the yep. A lot happening, guys. Lots are happening. We want to hear from you. Kind of lost my thought there for a second. We want to hear from you, good folks. 627-6963. Glensis Mingoborn, we see you. Glennis Mingoborn. Glycis Mingoborn. We see you out there. Sheena Hazel and Rami Leander. Good to have each and every one of you with us. Good to have each and every one of you with us, good folks. 627-6963. That's the number. Here's another contributor to today's program.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sherrod and your listeners. Now, my contribution is concerning Mr. Norton. Now, I can remember when he get into power. Before he get into power, he said that the PP is scared of him because he could organize. And he got my full support behind him all the time, but I know that is one that he could organize. And he's in power now, and like he's scared to call a date for a countrywide protest. A countrywide protest. I know people waiting for that, but he's been threatened or something like. I see like he just the initially saying nothing. He just strategizing. When you gonna stop with this strategizing thing and get down to action? You gotta show these people that you mean business. Enough people looking out for hear these things. That's my contribution.
Thank you so much, my brother. We hear you loud and clear. Guys, it's Mingoborn. We see you. Gwyneth Anderson, we see you. And we hear my brother loud and clear saying there's a time for strategy and a time for boots on the ground. We hear you, my brother. We hear you. We hear you. We hear you. We turn now to one of the islands. A contributor coming through from one of the islands. You gotta figure out which one.
Good day, Mr. Duncan. You know, when I was growing up, I remember on when you listening to the news, you used to listen to Gay Teixeira, Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture. You know what? It was an honorable name, but not today. So Gay Teixeira ran out to say that our party is not racist. The PPP is a racist party. Let me show you some example. Look the other day. Imagine Dana the Elduman disrespect the parliamentarian on the floor. All right. Now you will expect Dear Teixeira as a senior parliamentarian to come out and apologize on his behalf or tell him to apologize and let him know that the party will not tolerate them type of behavior. No, you will hear nothing from her. Instead, she rushed to now when you go to defend the parliamentarian because the speaker did not protect her, and them running the house. Well, anyway, you know that changed the House of Parliament of Guyana to the Parliament of the PPP. Now, in the Parliament of the PPP, you try to defend the parliamentarian and they suspend you. If it was the other way around, you know what Gail Teixeira that would run out and say, "Oh, Daniel Talav his family to feed. We cannot suspend him. How can he go for so much months without pay and he have family to feed? It's wicked. They're wicked. They're taking bread out of your children's mouth. You know. So she cannot come and tell us, but the men racist is racist. Them racist. They're wicked, stink and dirty. And you know, so much opportunity they're getting, to prove that they are not racist, but over and over again. Now, how can you suspend a man in House of Assembly, because he tried to defend someone and the man, no, she should come out there and say, oh, the man, she's not gonna they will never, the PPP, knowing the track record, they will never suspend the do man for the comments he make. What a disrespect to woman. Why she don't resign as an honorable woman? Because I don't understand what example she's setting for the young parliamentarian. It is like abuse against women under the PPP become a thing of the norm. Now let me circle back. The Attorney General, the is a waste. I don't understand. He is bringing democracy, the rule of law, he's bringing it down to naught in Guyana. Him, now, look the other day. Well, he just goes for the CCJ too. What he did to them. If, Mr. Duncan, if I cannot trust you with a simple law book, how am I going to trust you with classified information from the CCJ? So let them look for the, let the CCJ check, take the. Now, if I cannot trust you with a simple law book, I cannot trust you with the rule of law. I cannot trust you in an attorney general office. Um, Now, what was the information that he was hustling to expose or to send out into the public domain? Is that as an attorney general, he is trying to cover up a crime by cover up the fraud that take place, what we find out through the recount. And that is a celebration. I expect an attorney general to fight for the rule of law, but instead the man just keep fighting against the rule of law. No wonder he carry so much case and had to pull them back from the court, and why he and lose the pullback. It means that the attorney general of Guyana is giving the government illegal advice. So he is not fit for the job. An attorney general is supposed to always give the government legal advice. And what you say now, every time they run out, they're skinning up themselves. When he run out the other day, now he giving he say he give Carl Soku, and he give direct instruction. That is to show how them are monopolizing the police force, and the police force cannot be independent under such. If I can't trust you with a lab book, how I can trust you to overlook Siku and them there? Now he call and he gave instruction. So Mr. Duncan, Ghana don't have a police the commissioner of police, because the way how Kanto another press conference or is released his statement, the Guyana police commission don't exist because he override the man, and he went straight and he called the inspector direct and said, listen, release the woman. According to him, you see, that is how they're doing. We do the track record. That is why the other day when Shana is run out and talk, Shana said under the PPP is who controlling the CID is the government.
Yep, yep, yep. You heard it there. You heard it there. Can't add anything to that, folks. Can't add anything to that. Can't add anything at all. The facts all the way, the facts all the way. The facts all the way, folks. Facts all the way.
Sheridan Sharita, good morning, and good morning to all the listeners, viewers. I have so much things to see. For starters, one, I would like to know why is it that the PPP government keeps making asset of debt? By the time the PPP is out of office, the NRS fund would be empty and Guyana would be plunged into so much debt to pay off. That's one. Two, what is the unions doing about increase for public servants? They need to engage the PPP or take them to court, because I am getting a thing like they want to give the public servants 8%. And if it's 8% they plan to give to public servants, they need to refuse it, and we need to put boots on the ground. The next thing, these river accidents and road accidents, who will be responsible for the people that fell on Enmore Road, that the Fisher Bishop people knocked down on the road and then they drive away? Everybody gone silent right about now concerning that. Who will be charged? And then I don't understand with the river tragedy, with the president being on whatever outreach he was doing, and they continue their outreach, and a man drowned. This is so ridiculous. This is ridiculous. The PPP needs to do better. And unless my Guyanese brothers and sisters decide to put boots on the ground, the PPP will not do better. We have to hold them accountable. And the PPP, I want them to understand that nobody is begging them to do what they got to do. They are in there to serve the people of Guyana. And that is what they have to do. We are here in the diaspora kicking the ass and fighting up for these people in Guyana, and Guyanese people sit down. When will they get on the ground? What more are they waiting to see? We need to be doing far better than what we are doing. Anyhow, Sharon, one other thing, because there are so many things, but I'm going to say this to you. The APNU AFC needs to get on the ground running. They're needed in Region 10. A lot of things is going on in Region 10, and y'all need to get into Region 10, because I understand in the hospital, we have people at Wisma Hospital who got CEO position or wherever is the position or admin position at Wisma Hospital. The woman is a PPP and she does not have the qualifications. Mackenzie Hospital, they got people working there that are political PPP friends and cronies, and they are not qualified for the positions that they are in. You guys need to get into Linden to see what is going on. Region 10 people needs to hear from you guys on the ground. And that is including the leader of the opposition and Kemraj Ramjatan and every other person within the coalition. Right. Next thing, this fellow that eats $56,000. For me, this is not the first time. He's accustomed to that, but he get caught this time. 8 Guinness, like he had a hard fight for you was to go and do. But I'm so much sorry. This is so embarrassing. And every time the PPP in office, it's always all type of corruption, skullduggery, thievery, you name it, and it is the PPP. Anyway, Cheryl, this is it, because it's so much. It's so much. And I'm getting so angry and annoyed.
We hear you there. We hear you there, Marlon. We hear you there.
Cheryl, the other thing that I need to find out, that puppet show of a COI that they have, I would like to know if there is anybody from the opposition that will be going on that COI to give evidence to know what is going on, because I don't understand what is going on. Like, this is a one-sided thing. So I really need to know if people from the opposition will be on that COI to say what went on. And I love Vince Roy Jordan. I just love him. Karma is a bitch. It's payback. Because Barajagdioni said, when the coalition come into your area, chase them out. So even if Vince Roy chase you out, Vince Roy right to chase you out and agree with the people them to get them out, chase them out. And in every region they go, they should be chased out. People should stop entertaining them with the nonsense. If you cannot come for tell me a couple of things to address our issues, don't come. They need to stop this racism. They are showing it out blatantly every day, every goddamn day. And they're trying to say that there's not racism. As the Gail Teixeira, don't worry, she should disrespectfulness. Right now, Letitia James and Akeem Jeffries is their nightmare, and Rick Ford Bork. But good luck to them. Every long rope got an end. That time soon coming to an end. Bye-bye.
Thanks for your contribution there, Marlon. Thanks for your contribution. Thanks for your contribution. We have another one, folks. We have another one. We want to hear from you as well, folks out there listening, and we want to hear from you as well. Another contributor for you. Happy Friday.
Hi, Sherrod. Good day. Good day to you. Good day to Sister Jurita. Pleasant good day to y'all. My contribution is that
Good day, good day, sir.
I've noticed that where the opposition is concerned, and I'm saying this because the opposition is the party that I support, and I got to highlight some weaknesses that I'm seeing that could be very, very much detrimental to the opposition. Because of these weaknesses that are noticed in the opposition, you find that because I was listening to that incident with Vintroy Jordan not too long, and the people in there, and you could see the kind of division between the people, and these things only happening because these people, because I know that village is a coalition stronghold, and the things I hear those people going on with, one side hollering the one this and the support minister, and the next side hollering this, is because these people are not getting the representation that they need, not what they want, that they need and what they're supposed to get in from the coalition. You understand? And our leaders need to start moving from behind these, and our representatives in the coalition need to start moving from behind these platforms. Would it get? I mean, you're doing a wonderful job, but to get a lot of these leaders and even the opposition leader, too much of these media briefings and this and that going on, and they're not reaching with the people on the ground to give these people assurance that they could be able to hold, that when next election come, they could be able to stand up. This will make you see a lot of them taking buyout and that kind of thing because they have nobody. I hear Mr. Norton talk about to the people in Mocha that when they come, tell them that the place is your ancestors' own and this and that. So when they get bullied out of the place, who come in and stand up for them? And this is the strength that Mr. Norton and them need to start getting, my brother. This is the strength that they need to start getting. These is people that we represent and would represent all the time. But what you want them, what you want the people to do with the vindictiveness of the PPP and how they're going on. Some of them will get watered down because they got children and they got they got the commitments and that kind of thing, and it gonna cause them to water down and look to whosoever they could grab a little crumbs from, and the PPP gifted for them. They know the kind of luck. They know that and they enjoying themselves with it because they see that our leaders are really doing from the coalition side and really standing up and reaching out, going in neighborhoods and just talk, and then you build out and talk about PPP. Everything that you said, Mr. Nart, with all due respect to him, everything that Mr. Nart go to these meetings and talk about PPP, this and that, we don't want to hear them think they're on social media. People seeing there with them. Let's know what you got to do as a leader. What systems you're going to be able to put in place and force these people to put in place by standing up for us. We got to be honest, my brother. We got to be honest and call a spade a spade. Because plenty place you see a lot of people, especially the young people, them getting buyout. Let Mr. Norton be honest to himself and say how much the party have grown, how much youths you have pulled. Since it's sorry for saying this, but you got to be honest and call it out. And that is why sometimes, as much as I might not agree with Mark Benstrap on his program, you understand? It is right at times when you see calling out the MPs, it's not because he hate nobody. You understand? It's not because he hate nobody. He hate the wrong things were going on in the PPP, and he need people for stand up, and we standing up. We can't be behind these platforms all the time, just talking all the time. This thing is not a joke thing. You understand? And the Americans, the big fish, them would not help if them see the kind of strength inside the room, my brother. If them see the kind of strength, I asking you, my brother. You understand? At times on the platform, which is one of the most aired one that you have in the ring below the belt, FYI. You understand? You gotta help us preach this thing. Let me call a spade a spade. Let me let Mr. Norton know that Mr. Ramjatan know that I gotta come out. You gotta come out more and represent it. This is serious thing. This is serious things. Because the couple will see standing the grounds and them kind of thing gonna get penalized. They're going to get penalized. These and then doing nothing. I tell you, just talking all the time and it cannot work, my brother. It cannot work. So please, my brother, please, begging you, please highlight these things. Let me be truthful. Let me force these people to work. Let me force these people to work. They gotta work for us. Let me force these people for work. I commend you because you know you do a good job. You would go out, you would find out, you would, and you would blaze because it is attack you. This is because you're doing your part. You understand? But we need more. The rest of MPs, them, we need more from them than just talk. And the PPP see this in really see this weakness and they continue to do what they gotta do. And once it's truth, once they get skin up with the truth, all they just do is keep quiet for a couple minutes because they know it gonna die down. Let me start getting serious, my brother. We gotta start getting serious and you gotta start highlighting it on your programs, my brother. Blessed love.
We hear you there, my brother. We hear you there. 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 Thanks for that contribution. Right? That's the kind of contribution that sober up. And I hope the folks are listening. Hope the folks are listening. I'm hearing you. I hope the other folks are listening as well. I hope so. Thanks for that contribution. Peace and power.
Sherrod, good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
afternoon, sorry,
Good
to
afternoon.
you and your viewers. I'm so much concerned about having to be sending out condolences to families and friends and other relatives, and so concerning these different deaths every day, every week, accidents, hit and run, drunken drivers, government vehicles, these different incidents on the water top with these boats. All of a sudden, all these years, my relatives are from Essequibo, Sherrod. We never had so many boat accidents on this water, whether people have on life jackets or not. Something is going on. We Guyanese need to take a step back. We need to take a step back and call upon the Almighty. We need it, Sherrod. Sherrod, we need it. Some sacrificial thing is happening in Guyana. We hear certain things and we laugh. The old people usually say, think for you cry, you laugh. But we need to take things serious. I always say, with rumors, there are a bit of truth in it, and I'm hearing things. We need to step back. Those of us who are real Christians and we know our God or whoever we offer our prayers to, we have to call upon Him, cover our families and friends when they're leaving in the morning. People are not returning home. This is getting disastrous in this country, Sherrod. It is getting serious. And the public servants that are not getting any increase, where I hear another room about 8%. Wow. I'm a government pensioner. What what will 8% do? Those who get in the minimum wage, that is like a $5,000 on their salary. If they get a back pay at the end of the year, there's a little 65,000. I mightn't be exact with the calculation, just giving you an average. Then what will the government pensioners get? What will the NIS pensioners get? We are not getting anything. 3 years gone and they can say 8%. They should have said at least 25 to 50%. This is really chaos. We have to get serious with these people. We gotta find some way to get them out, Sherrod. Some way, something gotta happen. Anyway, thank you, everybody.
That's the dire situation of Guyanese. Dire, dire, dire situation of our Guyanese brothers and sisters, especially those who are in the public sector. Especially those who are in the public sector. Yep. Dire situation for dire straits. Some folks call it dire straits. We have another contributor, folks.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sherrod and everyone. I'd like to talk about these visits. Now, 2 Tuesdays ago, the install in front came to the Amstel. He trucking a set of people thought was a boat cruise ship open out in the Amstel because he brought in his supporters. Anyway, he talked about a bridge that the contractors, they just start building and they don't have respect for him because I don't know teaching about construction, but he saw that the bridge where they put the discharge pipe, it was too low. And the contractors didn't listen to him. They continued to pour cement when he left and they got the pipe low. Some don't mean there's gonna be an area, the whole trench, the middle back. They're gonna be flooding the village because the water wouldn't be able to go out of the trench after a time because the pipe low down in the trench, low down far below, they're gonna be silted up and then they're gonna get a backlog of stink water, mosquitoes and so on thing. Now moving along, when he came to Denhamstead, he proceeded to the Denhamstead Community Center and he promised the few people who went there, the beggars, that he's going to do the community center. I am warning the Amstel people because I saw Buxton Community Center was refurbished. They removed the zinc sheet that fenced the place and put chain link. They went late, a few months back into Borby's, this style or somewhere, change the people's zinc sheet and put on chain link. Well, I know that the people in themselves will be getting that same thing because all they see themselves as getting help. Added to that, the same day when he came to Denhamstel, he came here and he promised nothing. He went into the Hague back, that is west of us. Hague is west of us. Hague back is southwest of us. And he delivered a huge sum of money that has been distributed to the people in Hague back. They are only Indians living in Hague back. Prior to this, on the same visit, he visited with people of Windsor Forest. That is known people like himself, and money was being doled out. But when he come to the African communities, all he come with is a promise. He might send in a truck or some expired goods, and that is all what the Africans getting. The Africans ain't getting money. But by the way, when we came to this part, the Western Hemisphere, we came here as slaves. And they who came, they were given money as indentured laborers. So apparently, the install regimes think once you're African, you're not capable of spending money. But all we took our monies when we got money after our internship and buy lands, they don't see that we need money, but we need money. But I like what is going on outside, and I was able to see that the same Sarah Lynch, who they bigging them up, turned against them and wrote things about them in the newspapers. And she's going to put more and more in the social world about them. They hook up with the wrong person. White people got a thing called diplomacy. And them people, they don't have diplomacy. Since somebody smile with them, they think is a friend. But a white man don't see a colored person as the friend. Bye-bye. So the person who is on the line now, Sherrod, I don't know if she's in the clouds. But NIS needs a increase. NIS pensioners are not getting anything. The thing is that we didn't spend the money. borrow, they spend that money, and NIS in another country, another part of the world, NIS would have been accountable. They would have had to tell us about our monies that they use to before you get your salary. NIS don't take out what they want. And now NIS refuse claiming that the government we want here though. We need to hear about proper increases. The other day I went and buy me spectacles, cost me over $50,000. All I get from NIS is a mere $12,000. A pensioner, a pensioner, Sherrod. So NIS got to tell us about our monies. And I think it's time that we, the pensioners, and so get a good lawyer and file a class action against NIS for our monies that being we are here to give it to Barrett. Before you take those fraudulent conversions of money. Because it's not them own, they ain't own it.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you, Rhonda. I hear you. I hear you. Yep. Yep. We gotta correct that system. We gotta correct that system. A drop in the ocean, and the cost of spectacles and so on. A drop in the ocean. A drop in the ocean.
A blessed good afternoon to you, Sharon. Um, I applied for the small business grant since in April. This is November. Up to now, you can't hear nothing. They say every time you call it in ready, it in ready, it in ready. It says so long it'll take for process. Oh my gosh, this country is backward.
You said it. You said it, my sister. You said it.
Mr. Sharad, good morning, sir. I'm trying to find out when is it that the full opposition will be back in parliament? Because this magnificent eight who's outside, you guys really need to go back inside that parliament there and create back some pace and power because them jagabat scared of that magnificent eight. When is they all going to be back in the parliament?
Soon enough, my brother. Soon enough. Soon enough. Maybe boots on the ground again. Soon enough. Just making sure I didn't miss anybody. Soon enough, we're gonna be back inside, folks. Soon enough. Ensuring I ain't miss nobody. Well, I see somebody. I see one.
Good day, Sharon. Good day, Charita.
Good day, good day.
Sharon, for an example, now you got a child, school over 3 o'clock, and every day he reaching home 10 to 7 in the night, quarter to 8, and all you doing is talking, 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 talking. You're putting no line of punishment, and you just talk. You don't think you can continue doing it all the time? You can do it. I say that to say this. All APNU is doing, well, I should say the opposition is doing, is just talk, 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 talk. And PPP continue doing the Mike Zero, figure it out. They continue doing it all the time. And if we don't get up and get, we can get nothing done. We can get no changes. They will continue doing the same nonsense all the time. Just do whatever they want to do. And all we're doing is just talk. Nobody's reacting. Come to the union, I think they are all a waste of time because they're collecting their union dues every month, and that's about it. Nobody in getting up to say, well, okay, these people need to have an increase and a increase that is suitable to take care of them and the bills at the end of the month. No, but they sit down. Whenever you get an increase, they get an increase. But they're not fighting for you. They're just there wasting time. Wasting time.
Agreed. Agreed. Wasting time. Agreed. 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 Another contribution, folks. Another contribution.
Hello, 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 Sherrod. Good day.
Hello,
How are
Cassie.
you?
We good.
Anyways, my contribution today is what is wrong with Barrett Jackdale? Or should I say Ballrat Jackdale? He's telling people that they're getting so X amount of barrels of oil per day and they're at zero capita. Who is he fooling? And what nonsense is that? And another thing, why is these governmental people knocking down the people there on the road and getting away with that. They're not getting charged, they're not getting investigated. Nothing is coming out of that story. What nonsense is that? I am so appalled about that charade. It is sickening. Everything in this country is haywire right now. It's lawless and it's very unscrupulous and disturbing. People cannot be living like this. This is no way to live. We need to do better. The opposition need to step up and get in the game and get going right now. They're sitting back and they're not doing anything. And they're allowing the PPP to get away with murder. And I'm sick of it. I'm tired. Oh, scraps, man, Sharad. Anyway, have a good day.
Thanks, Candy. I think we're running up to the end here. Running up to the end, folks.
Hi, Sherrod. Good afternoon. Dorita, good afternoon. And good afternoon to your listeners. I would just like to make a point. The statement that Cheryl Lynch put out is just because she's back against the wall now because her people back in the USA must be calling her phone and asking, how we hearing all of these things about equality and you ain't saying nothing? How come? So I guess her back is against the wall now. So now she putting out statements against the PPP. You know, she's cook up with them all the time, but she gotta come out now and say things because she back against the wall. The people them from here calling and asking about things that they're hearing, and she ain't saying nothing about it.
Yep. Yep. Correct. My how the tables have turned. My how the tables have turned. I see some folks double dipping.
Sherrod, one more thing. Do you know that a handbag of rice that was $1,200 or $1,100 is $2,300 now? 10 pounds of sugar costs $2,200. How does blood government expect people to survive on that? Huh? I don't understand what is going on. Anyway, what I want to know the other thing. Now, Irfat Ali is going around the place. They're sending the people at housing and whoever to bulldoze people in the PNC, the APNU coalition, the coalition strongholds. You're pushing down the people houses. You're doing all manner of evil. You're giving them handouts. But then you're going into you people places where they're squatting and you're legalizing land. And you are saying to the people, oh, we don't have racism. That is classism plus racism. And it is blatant, presumptuous, and every other thing. And let me tell you something, Sherrod. We need boots on the ground. All these things that these people doing, Guyana should have done shut down already. We got to put pressure upon these people. This talking ain't doing nothing to them because the more you talk, is the more they do and the more presumptuous they do things. Bye bye.
Thanks, Marlon. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that one. Thank you so much for your thoughts and that second one. Thank you so much.
Sherrod, if I permit it for double dip, my brother,
Double dip.
this
Go right
thing so
ahead.
concerning and this
Go
thing
right ahead.
getting so more so terrible, and so that you know we got to we I think that we should the PPP doing what they got to do, what they accustomed doing their wickedness is we for counter, and this thing got to start from we leader. This thing got to start from our leader, Mr. Norton and Mr. Ramjatan. This thing got to start from them. They got to start hitting the ground. They ain't got no leadership that is get strength where the people them this the front and the leaders they're behind. It's them. It's them. Of course, we got to get we got some lackadaisical supporters or people that feel in the squeeze that don't want to come out when they get protests or whatsoever. But this strength could only gain when you see the leader them start showing this braveness and this militancy You understand? They would give the weak ones behind the strength because they know they get a good leadership role. I see the in look, I see Winnie come on the scene, Sharma Salmon come on the scene one time, and because of the type of words that come out his mouth, blend with the actions and them thing, he actually shut down the whole region 10. And those powers what we're looking for, and that is the powers we're not seeing in our Norton. Going at places and abusing and talking about what PPP, what Jack Dio is, and where Efron Ali is, and this and that, and them kind of thing. Now make it because everybody know what it is. We don't want the kind of reminder at big meetings and them kind of thing. We want to know what you is going to do for us. This is what we want to know. And this thing is very, very serious. Or else, if it continue like that, Mr. Narkin just got to where we gonna hear from Mr. Narkin is when he just there behind a piece of paper or a teleprompter and reading out and talking this and talking that and them kind of thing. The next biennial Congress, it gonna get teeth because we can't just sit down and see what's going on with these wicked set of people doing and all Mr. Norton doing it's just a set of talks all the time when you promise that you would be putting out action. Look how much protest Kadaki and you and all them go on and them kind of thing, and it couldn't gain the kind of strength because we leadership and running them and controlling it. All them protests and all them things are supposed to start from Mr. Ramjitan or Aubrey Norton. This way it's supposed to start from. It's not supposed to start from a Sherrod Duncan or a Kadaki Amsterdam and them things. Yeah, they gotta come. The strength that come from behind when they set it up front. This thing very serious, my brother. This thing very, very serious. Or the next time I gonna start calling for a vote Mr. Norton out because I know it get good leaders. I know it get good leaders who could carry that fire and push that fire under the PPP. Mr. Norton is not doing that. No, we got to be honest to ourselves, my brother. We got to be honest to ourselves and call a spade a spade. Because these people going on bad with the wickedness and them undone and they enjoying themselves. And before it's too late, we don't want nothing for happening in this place, my brother.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Rhonda Lynn has an important point Rhonda is making here. That I know my brother said some of us go to protests and so on. I don't care who leading. They got protests, I there. They got protests, I there. And Rhonda is raising an important point here. Uh, saying that don't say boots on the ground if when the protests call you boots on the ground. And that's an important part because we hear a lot of people on social media talk about boots on the ground. But when protest time comes, we ain't seeing you. We ain't seeing you. Lots of folks can give thumbs up and so on and so on and say, yes, that's true. But when the protest call, and Rhonda is absolutely right. When they got protests, I see Rhonda in front of the courts. You got protests, I see Rhonda in front by GCOM. They got protests, I see Rhonda by Coffee. But we ain't seen lots of other people. You mean we only coming out if the leader come out? That's what we said. So I want to be fair all around. Right? I see the Rastas protesting this morning. Nobody ever called me out. I see a circular, I meet down on the ground. I see the Rastas on the ground this morning. I was out there with them. Listen to their concerns so I can share it with you. But being a presence too. Right? I get cussed out for things we didn't even know about. What we didn't do when we went in and what we didn't do and who and do and who and do. But I still got boots on the ground. Folks, I can look around me and be concerned with who and doing what. Or I can say what I got to contribute to the struggle. I could look around and say, I ain't doing and this, but I didn't do it. And or I could look and say, this is what I got for the struggle. Rhonda does it all the time. I'm just using Rhonda as an example. They rather focus. See, Emily Durant is like Rhonda's shadow and Rhonda's she shadow. And these are big girls. And they got boots on the ground all the time. So I want us to be fair, all sides, if we really wanna attribute blame. Right? That Norton can't do it alone, and Cambridge can't do it alone. All of us got to be there. Now, Minga called this morning. I saw a flyer floating around saying the Rastafarian community got a protest in front of the office of the president. Ming called for ask who going and who going. I meet. I land. I was there. You see? So, I don't know if that can be the New Year's resolution. And what can happen? Final contribution, folks. Do we have it? Do we have it? That's what I want to know.
Sherrod, good afternoon. Now, for the past 2+ years, right, when Amanza Walton first come on your program, she was saying that you are strategizing. And you can't do action without strategizing. So what happened to the strategizing we she been talking about? It's still, y'all still strategizing, man. Why poor people punishing every day in Guyana? It's ridiculous, man. It's very ridiculous. People getting fed up with it. People getting fed up here just talking all the time, man. And no action. Come on, man. Y'all gotta get up and get. Y'all scared the PPP? Imagine when y'all was in government, people protest y'all nearly torn over people's vehicle like anything and thing. Now y'all in opposition, y'all just get throw back. Y'all just throw back and take and getting pay. We're really going on with y'all, man. Y'all just it looking real obvious. Like if somebody getting pay from somebody, or if the people got them in your pocket. We're really going on with y'all, man. It's very obvious, bro. Something ain't right. Mark talking a lot of things on the straight up program. And the man talking a lot of things that he give y'all, and y'all not you, nothing, Ramjitan, don't ever send nothing about this thing for Marcus say. And I know the man he ain't lying about it. And y'all ain't even talking about it. And y'all just get quiet. Y'all just get quiet. It's oh boy, it's really messed up with y'all, man, as opposition, you know. Norton is a really disappointed. I'm really disappointed with Norton too. Because easy man he can confront when before he get elected as a lady opposition, he can confront. We confront him with tax. Tax can't do it. Can't be talking and making sense, yo. Y'all ain't seeing that? As the man just said just now, they got a child and he going to school, and school of me coming home 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and you don't doing nothing. We think he can continue doing? Continue doing the same thing that we all allow the people do. Continue to suffer poor people, man. Dying is in the hole, not only black people.
I love what this scholar said. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love what you've said. I love what you said. But I know you following. I know you following. I know you hear a little bit and you jump in. I know you following. Right? I know you following because you asking what I could talk for me. Me hold no brief for Norton. Me hold no brief for Cambridge. Me hold no brief for nobody. I could talk for me. Right? I stood up in the National Assembly when a lot of people didn't stand up. And I spoke my mind. Right? I on suspension. 8 suspensions. 8 sit-ins. So when you talking about who I'm talking and who I'm doing, I don't care about salary when the month come. How me rent paying? How me light bill paying? How me boots on the ground? Let me talk facts. Who mustn't do what? I love my brothers and sisters in the diaspora, but it's easy to commit a man to the struggle. And say, you go and boots on the ground. The reality of boots on the ground is my reality right now. Right? You never said, Duncan, hold this for your troubles. But you committed me to the ground. Every man got to know what his sacrifice is going to be. And I have committed myself to the struggle. That's why nobody got to call me and say, go and support them Rasta brethren out there. I can't tell another man what his struggle going to be. Right? I can't tell another man what his struggle going to be. The price of everything going up. I face my landlord the other day who tell me you want to raise the rent 50%. And I don't get a salary out of Parliament. I got kids. I got 3 children that I maintain. I'm not a deadbeat father. And I stood up to my colleagues against the same Jacobats in the National Assembly. And I'm suspended without pay. And you never tell me, hold this, Duncan, for your trials. Why are you going to tell GPL when the month come? Why are you going to tell me landlord? Why are you going to tell the shopman? For the struggle. So I don't care who wants to sit down and say who and doing what. You bring your boots on the ground. When my boots on the ground, I see Rhonda every flipping day. I see Emily Durant every day in the struggle out here. I hold a camera up so y'all can see what's happening in this place here. I don't hold a brief anybody. I could cuss them out, but I know what I have given to the struggle. You don't know what it is to go in home every night and people trailing you. People can't park outside your house. People listening to your flipping conversations on the phone. Right now, I have the court step with a case that starts since January. Who paying for that? Who pays the attorneys when they show up? That's the real struggle out here. This morning I was in court. I'm saying this. It is easy to commit and say, you going to struggle. When Rhonda had the $500,000 thing to pay the other day, who helped you pay it? It is easy to say boots on the ground when you boots on the ground. And I agree with everything you say. There's a struggle and we need people. But every man got to know what they can give to the struggle. Here I telling you, everybody got to know that. All I get it from you, I see a thing here you tell me. The loveliest day comes when you wake up and find that life still colors. Bullshit! How I carry that to the shop? How I carry that to the shop? I recognize very early there was a deficit in information coming from the opposition in this country because them boys control everything. Them boys control everything. You want I talk now? I was at Chronicle working for me government and had people in the same flipping government camp fighting me, and I still in the struggle. Don't tell me about struggle. I've lived it. People marred my name, said I thieved $5 million from Chronicle, and yet me in jail and the PPN for 2 years. Because I wanted to work for me government. If there's anybody who should have the back quiet, on some island, someplace, working quietly for the family, it's me. Because I was out there in front. Said I want to work for my government. I can make Chronicle shine. And because a couple of people feeling that they get outshine, they try to put a spoke in my wheel. And all them at the back now, and I still out front. Still out front. Since the election recount, I still out front. On air and on the ground. I could talk for me. It is easy to say, you aren't giving yourself to the struggle. You aren't doing enough. When I go over and look at my wife in her face, I should say, Bill's the light. Bill, come in. I ain't coming to you. Who are you going to? Who are you going to? I in the National Assembly speaking up for my colleagues, people insulting her, throwing all kind of snide, stupid, wicked remarks at her. And I stood up there. Has anybody I certainly would have stood up soon enough? I just happened to be the first. The reality is them boys have the majority in the National Assembly and they did what they had to do. Iron suspension and Darmilal still in the house. I didn't bring us to this state. I didn't put me in opposition. I can talk for me. You see, I was in government and getting fight. But I'm not going to dwell on that. I got to wake up thinking about what is the next day, what the next day hold. And instead of looking back, I got to look forward. 3 months, and I haven't received a salary out of Parliament, and still running this whole stuff here. How is that possible? Don't talk to me about struggle. Don't talk to me about struggle. You don't know how much black tea I eat in bare tennis show to make this possible to be out here and be boots on the ground in the struggle. Sadly, this is not the States. You see how these people operate here. Any day you're going and coming could be a last day and bullet in your head. So I'm not going to let nobody who sit down any place else at home or abroad tell me what I can do for the struggle. You come on the ground and let me lock arms and we go in front of G, come every flipping them protest. Let me go in front of the president every day. I never see a protest I back down from personally. I am willing to lay down my life for the struggle, but I can't lay down another man's life for him. He got to know what he wants. I know what I have made a conclusion on. Right? And I know how much I will give and when I will stop giving. But right now, I out here and I boots on the ground. On air, on social media, and physically. Some people got to wait to see who leading the protests before they decide if they come in or not. You know? It's Duncan, oh, he's FC, I ain't going. Oh, it's Norton, he's PNC, I ain't going. Oh, it's Kadaki, he's WPA. Bullshit! But we can be here all day trading blame and who is right and who is wrong. You see? But I just committed to fighting them boys. If y'all want to do that, sign me up. I don't give a rat's ass but what Mark said and what Mark said, what nobody said. Come on the ground. Right? All the boots on the ground we talking about. I don't see some of y'all. And Rhonda says it all the time. I bite my tongue. I don't see some of you. But it's easy. I understand that. To commit another man and say, be boots on the ground. But I want to lock arms with some of you and let me do this thing together. I can't do it alone. Norton can't do it alone. Cambridge can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. But together, we can do it. You see? Together, we can do it. Together, we can do it. Right? Me ain't see nobody out with them Rasta people. I ain't say, when you say, you don't get the notice. You don't want to depend here for giving you the notice, but you don't get the notice neither. So we got to make up our mind what we want to do. You see? We got to make up our mind what we want to do. I am out here for 3 months. I'm a national member of the National Assembly, and I don't get a salary. Who embraces me? Who do I turn to? If a party embraces me, you tell me I should left my party? If the coalition embraces me, I should left the coalition. If the country embraces me, I should left the country. I am committed to a struggle. And I can be as long as I can. You see? And when they kill me, another Rasta can take me place. That's all I have to say. And we can leave the rest for later. We can leave the rest for later. That's going to do it, folks, for us at this end. That's going to do it for us at this end. That's going to do it for us at this end. Again, I cannot say to anybody, you must do X and you must do Y. That's not my role. Maybe when I get to the top, whenever that day comes, if it ever comes. You see? But I'm trying to play the best team member I can play based on my strengths, on my part of the field. Right? I can't play this side, play the middle, play the other side, play the back and the center and the forward all at the same time. You see? And lots of it is just foolishness. Who getting the most likes, who getting the most shares when you come to social media? That's such a nonsense. 2 years ago, I started this process because the thing was, we hearing what happening. We know what happening. Nobody tell me what happening. And with a camera in my hand alone, 2 years ago, we started saying we can bring credible and valid information. We don't get no airing on NCN, no airing in the Chronicle, no airing, no place. So we got to create our own channels, how we communicating to the masses. So we got to figure ourselves out. I agree with you. We got a lot of soul searching to do, and we got to see how we lock arms together and move this process forward and dislodge these people. It's not going to be easy. It isn't going to be. We're 2.5 years in. It isn't going to be easy. And when you got money at your disposal, like, whoa, it's not going to be easy. This is not no cakewalk. Boots on the ground, call the protest, and then all your scares. We got to bring out your house now. So we all got to be a little serious. We all got to buck up a little bit more. I wake up every day thinking, like boxing, Animal Farm, I must work harder. I got to be boots on social media, and I got to be boots on the ground. Me ain't crying out. That's my lot in life. Paid, no pay, salary, no salary, I there. So let me go down the road, folks. Let me go down the road. Let me go down the road. That being said, see you guys back at 8 this evening. That being said, the back music don't even want to play today. It's that kind of day. It's just that kind of day. Don't even want to play. Folks, we're going to see you guys back at 8. Thanks for showing up and being part of our program today. Thanks to all our contributors who made a difference in our program. Thanks to each and every one of you. That's going to do it for us at this end. Stay safe out there.